Take a look at the desk in front of you. Now look at a ring on your finger. You know they are a desk and a ring, but what are they actually made of? Is your desk solid wood, or is that ring a smooth, heavy metal like gold? The specific vocabulary we use to define those base ingredients of the physical world are called material nouns. By the end of this video, you are going to complete a material noun audit of your own room and construct 3 descriptive sentences based on exactly what you find. So grab a pen and a piece of paper right now. Mastering English grammar requires active observation. This lesson works best when you examine your surroundings instead of simply listening to an explanation. Step 1. Look around your room right now. Select 3 physical objects and mentally break them down into their core ingredients. What is actually building that object? If you chose your desk, the raw material is likely wood. If you chose a heavy tool or a dumbbell, you might extract the material like iron. Materials appear in liquid form too. If you have a drink, the base substance is water. You should now have 3 raw substances written on your paper. Every manufactured item originates from a foundational material noun, like the ones you just wrote down. To prove your chosen words are material nouns, we run the 3-point verification test. Point 1. Can you touch it? Yes. Point 2. Can you see it? Yes. Point 3 is the uncountability rule. You cannot count a raw material. For instance, you can count the shape it takes, like 2 rings, but saying I have 2 golds is grammatically incorrect. Gold is an uncountable mass. Passing the visual and tactile tests while failing the counting test is your definitive proof. Check your list to make sure your 3 words pass this test. Now, let's address a frequent mistake. It is easy to confuse the shape of an object with the material itself. A word like table or chair is a common noun. It describes the final shape or the functional item you use. The material noun is strictly the ingredient used to achieve that final shape, in this case, the raw wood. Let's look at them side by side. The chair is the thing, the common noun. The wood is what it's made of, the material noun. Look back at your paper. Right next to the 3 material nouns you extracted earlier, write down the specific common noun, the object itself. Recognizing the boundary between an object's form and its substance helps you write with more detail. Now let's merge your lists into full descriptive sentences. Here is your first sentence formula. This table is made of wood. Put your common noun for table and your material noun for wood. Here is a second structure to add variety. The bottle is filled with water. Create your own versions for the objects on your list. Put your pens down. Let's interrupt this writing exercise for a rapid-fire knowledge check. Which of the following is a material noun? A. Table, B. Silver, or C. Dog? The correct answer is silver. If you got that right, you are already instinctively spotting base substances hidden among everyday common objects. Congratulations! You've just successfully audited your environment and written 3 grammatically accurate sentences. Remember the core rule. If you can see it and touch it, but you cannot count it, you are looking at a material noun. Next time you go shopping, apply this audit. Check the label on a shirt to see if it's made of cotton, or look at a piece of furniture to identify the wood. Understanding how these nouns function lets you describe the world around you with clarity. Keep observing, keep practicing, and subscribe